Hi guys, today we are cooking sweet and sour chicken. I've been introduced to sweet and sour chicken with onions, peppers and pineapples in that sweet and tangy red sauce, and I love it so much that I learned to cook my own finger-licking sweet and sour chicken. What a delicious dish. Now I know that there are other authentic sweet and sour chicken recipes that include orange juice, carrots, ginger, tomato paste, etc. and the chicken is dipped in a batter before frying. I look forward to tasting them all, but for today, let me show you what I've done with a personal twist. Let's prep for the sweet and sour chicken. We're going to cut half of a big red bell pepper, half of a big green bell pepper, half of a yellow onion, and half of a pineapple, or about 1 cup of pineapple into 1-inch chunks, and set them aside. If your peppers are not huge, then use one of each. Next, we're going to heat up about 2 tablespoons of oil in a frying pan on medium to low heat for about 2 minutes. Then we're going to add the onions, peppers, and pineapples, along with 1 dash of black pepper and 2 dashes of dried basil. You know I like cooking with basil, but they're not a necessity for this dish. Let's saute them for about 2 minutes. We want to soften the peppers and onions slightly, but we want to maintain that crunch. Set this aside to cool. In the meantime, we are going to make the sweet and sour sauce. In a separate bowl, add 2 cloves of crushed or minced garlic, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, plus 2 tablespoons of white sugar, half a cup of ketchup, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 4 teaspoons of soy sauce, and 4 to 6 drops of red food coloring, and that is optional. Whisk these ingredients together to make this tasty red, sweet and sour sauce. Finally, it's time to fry the chicken bites. To a Ziploc bag, add the cornstarch. I also like to add parsley flakes and all-purpose seasoning as a personal preference to get that extra flavor when I bite into the chicken. We're using 3 pre-seasoned boneless chicken thighs cut into 1-inch pieces. You can also use chicken breasts for this recipe, and if by chance you're seasoning the chicken the same day, please let it rest for at least 4 hours after seasoning. We're going to add the chicken to the bag and shake to coat all the pieces. Meanwhile, heat up some olive oil in a frying pan on medium heat. Then we're going to make an egg wash in a separate bowl. We'll add 2 tablespoons of water to 2 eggs and beat to combine. Next, we'll dip the chicken into the egg wash, then add them to the frying pan. When one side is light or golden brown, flip the chicken to cook the other side for a crispy finish. Repeat this process until all the chicken is finished. Finally, it's time for the sweet and sour chicken. Place all the fried chicken on a plate and set aside, then drain the oil and any leftover scraps from the frying pan. Then we're going to add the sweet and sour sauce to the frying pan, followed by the sauteed onions, peppers and pineapples, then stir and bring to a simmer. At that point, you can do one of 2 things. 1, since there is a good bit of sauce in the pan, you can add the sauteed onions, peppers and pineapples, then dip the chicken into the sauce to coat each piece well before plating, as you want the chicken to remain crispy when served. Or 2, you can turn up the heat and allow the sauce to dry up some more, but leave back enough to properly coat the chicken. Then you add the sauteed onions, peppers, pineapples and the chicken. Give everything a good stir to combine and coat before turning off the stove. Serve this finger-licking sweet and sour chicken. It's always a pleasure having you on Storytime and Cooking with Fosi. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and click that button.